Well, welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Subscribe, hit that thumbs up button. And yeah, I'm Stephen the Jupiterian here with this May 20th, the day of prolific expression. That is what May 20th is all about. Being prolific in your how you present your and express yourself. Especially if you're born on May 20th, you are type of people who just can't keep everything in. It needs to be expressed outward. Um, and it's it can't be in a vacuum. Or here, as it says here, uh, they are not content to express themselves in a vacuum, but must bring their prodigious energies to bear on all around them. Examining, probing their environment, they subject ideas to the rigorous examination of their keenly analytic minds. Perhaps they would be bottled up in their heads were it not for a very strong physical side, which also cries out for expression. So it's a time to express yourself. And Jimmy Stewart was born on May 20th. If you know who Jimmy Stewart is, he's a very old-timey actor from It's a Wonderful Life. A very prolific actor. May 20 people are very outwardly directed. They may not take the time and trouble to get to know themselves. Yet this is essential for both their spiritual and emotional evolution. May 20th people may find themselves accused of superficiality, as some born on this day do indeed skim along the surface of life, never putting down deep roots anywhere. Well, for some, my mom is a May 20th Taurus. But today, May 20th, since it's a leap year, the sun is in Gemini today. And and also Cher's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Cher. Girl. If I could turn back time. Oh, okay, girl. Okay. No singing, no Cher for me. Oh my God, no. Who else? Joe Cocker, William Thornton, an architect. Um, who else would I know on this list? Not many other people on this list that I would know, or anybody of you would know, because they're an 18th century. Oh, Socrates. Well, maybe you may know him. He's a Greek ancient astrologer, a philosopher, Western philosophy founder, dialogue creator, teacher of Plato, who in turn taught Aristotle. Okay. Alrighty. Well, that's interesting. As I said, Jimmy Stewart, Cher, Joe Cocker, a British singer-songwriter. Um, hmm. William Fargo, the co-founder of Wells Fargo Stagecoach Company. Interesting. Alrighty, well. And the tarot card that is represents May 20th people is the Judgment card or Awakening, in which people are urged to leave material considerations behind and seek a higher spirituality. The card depicting an angel blowing a trumpet. Well, actually, let's show you this card. The Judgment. This is a very cool card. The Judgment. And let's find it. So I can show you what this card looks like in the tarot. Judgment. It's a very cool card. This has it's a very spiritual card too. And it is, I would say that many Taurus May 20th people are very spiritual in this way. Ah, here it is. Yeah, ooh, took a while, but here it is. The Judgment. Archangel Gabriel with his horn, calling, blowing a trumpet, calling all the deities who are raising their hands, going, oh. So, signifies that a new day, a day of accountability, is dawning. It is a card which moves us beyond our ego and allows us to glimpse the infinite. The danger is that the trumpet call heralds only exaltation and intoxication, a loss of balance and indulgence in revels involving the basest instincts. The challenge for May 20th people is in remaining centered and stable, not being swept away by newfound excitement. Well, yeah, actually, because they get easily bored and they need something to keep their minds occupied. They need to keep constantly doing something physical, like material, like using tangible items too is very Taurian. And Gemini is the hands, so if they need to be tactile, doing things with their hands, like sewing, knitting, crocheting, things like that, or doing some art projects, even pottery. That's very, or some kind of prolific expression where they're it's like food for their soul, I would say. Um uh, let's see. So yeah, actually that's what I would say. That's what I got from this book. I got this book. Yeah. The secret language to birthdays. Every single birthday here, from Aries starting April. Oops. Let's see. Well, it would be nice, but I'm gonna find the actual page where it starts. March 21st to March 20. Right? It starts on March 21st and ends March 21st, 20th. Yep, March 20th, which is the first day of Pisces. Legitimate, well, in this book. But with leap years, it changes, it fluctuates. But that's another reference book I always look to. The Secret Language of Birthdays. That's a big textbook. And now, and then yeah, then I have this one. This is the Ephemeris, the New American Ephemeris, 21st Century Edition, 2000 to 2100. And today we have the sun, and I'm going to show you the chart. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to show you. It'll be easier to show you right now. Okay. It is 12:32 p.m. on May 20th, Monday, 2024. And the sun is at 0 degrees of Gemini. We have Leo rising at 27 degrees, 21 minutes. The moon is at 28 degrees of Libra here. Which is opposing Mars. No. Which is opposing Chiron and Mars, and sort of, well, it opposed the North Node. But yeah, actually, so we have, I'm in the wrong year. It's 2024, not 2020. I had the bookmark in May of 2023. So here's what the page. Whoops. All right. Now let's stop this share right now. And I'll show you what the ephemeris looks like. I don't know if this is fuzzy or not, or if it's even focused, but okay, yes, it is. So May and June on this page, and then, yep. So we're on May 20th. The sun has moved into Taurus this morning, into Gemini this morning, sorry. The moon is at the last degrees of Libra. Until tonight, where this moon will be moving into Scorpio tomorrow. Well, yeah, actually, the moon will be moving into Scorpio late tonight, tomorrow morning, and then on the Friday, the 24th. Well, let's see. The 23rd, actually, the 23rd is the full moon, right? Yes. So Sagittarius, moon will be in Sagittarius on the 23rd. On Thursday, the 23rd, we'll have a full moon. Yep. And then I'll move into Capricorn on the 25th. So yeah, every 2.5 days, the moon moves into another sign. So that is that. Oh gosh, actually, it's dusty in here. And now, all right. Well, since I have my tarot cards, May 20th, the day of prolific expression. And I showed you the tarot card associated with May 20th, the judgment. Whoops. Okay. So, since May 20th, today, as I showed you, the sun is in Gemini. So, happy Gemini season to all my fellow Geminis who just love talking about everything and nothing at the same time. I'm sorry, but you know that's true. You talk about a lot of things, but never really get deep into a subject. And when you do, you move on to the next thing because you get bored. Yeah. But yeah, it's almost like, okay, well, I'm good. I'm done. And the social butterfly of this of the zodiac. Yes. Gemini. You love to play and enjoy fun. You're the trickster. And Venus and Jupiter will be entering your sign very soon, within a few days. When is that going to happen? Jupiter on the 25th, Jupiter enters Gemini. On the 23rd, the day of the full moon, yes, Venus enters Gemini. And we're going to have a Venus Jupiter conjunction on the 23rd before Venus moves into Gemini on the 23rd. So hit those all that Taurus energy will be very good. Maybe you'll be overeating. Don't overeat. Don't overdo things. Over sexualize things possibly could happen. Pregnancies may happen. For some of you. So, okay, I'm going to stop shuffling back. Those are done. For my May 20th. Okay. So, yes, keep the action going. Page of Wands. Yes, and so the boredom of your life does not run out. We have justice on the bottom of the deck here. I'm gonna pull two more cards. Okay. So some burden that you've been carrying will be lifted. And there's the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords. So maybe you'll be leaving some thoughts that are not so useful anymore behind. And taking what you need and moving forward. In your thought processes, expression, something that, yeah, and new, or the things you want to express that no longer serve you, you'll be leaving behind, and to go with in this new venture when Jupiter enters Gemini. Wow. So, and the Justice card is still on the bottom of the deck, where you will be using your intellect. The sword is being held right here, and the scales weighing your options, weighing what needs to be kept and what doesn't serve you anymore. So I would say for Gemini, May 20th, today, May 20th, um, it'll be an interesting day, filled with a lot of feeling you need to express yourself, and staying clear from boredom by being true to what you desire, what you want. And yeah, with Jupiter and Venus conjunct together on the 23rd, this energy will start to culminate and bring forth some positive, fun things. To maybe you'll be doing something with food, or something tangible like that, or maybe fragrances, sense, smell, and the five senses come to mind: touch, scent, smell, taste, and sight, things that are pleasing to the eye. Also, all right, so with that, I think I will go on to May 21st, tomorrow. So I'm going to show you the next day. Let's go May 21st. Oh, and Mercury is already in Taurus, so you'll be communicating what you feel, what about tangible things, and earthy things you can get your hands on that are tangible. Maybe you might be even growing your own food or things like that. You want to start a garden or vegetable garden, or plant some flowers, roses that are really pleasing scent and sight, and pleasing sounds too, maybe music Also, with Venus in Taurus now, Mercury and Jupiter. Let's move this to show you exactly. On the 23rd, we have Jupiter and Venus are moving closer. Oh, let's see. Let's move this an hour back in hours because of Venus is moving fast. Okay, I'm going to show you exactly when on the 23rd. It's early on the 23rd. Yep, here we are. 29, 23, Jupiter in Taurus, and 29, 23, Venus in Taurus. On the 23rd, before we have the exact full moon, which the moon will be at 0 degrees of Sagittarius at 1:44-ish in the morning on the West Coast. It'll be 4:44 on the East Coast. Add 3 hours from the West Coast, you'll be on the East Coast. So 3 hours from 1:44 is 4:44. So, yes, so 4:44 in the morning, there will be a very close a conjunction of Venus and Jupiter on the 23rd. And then in a couple hours time, the moon will be opposing the sun and making it a full moon at 7. No, let's see. The sun is 0 at 2 degrees. Whoops. So the sun is at 2 degrees. The moon will be at 2 degrees. And 50 something minutes. Let's move this. And on the West Coast, the moon, whoops. On the West Coast, well, Gemini rising. When we have this full moon. Yeah, at 2 degrees and 55 minutes. At 6, so at 9:53 on the East Coast, I believe that, let me change the edit. Whoops, not open now. Let me edit this for the East Coast. Put this at New York, or yeah, in New York, and we will have move this a few hours. Mm, no, and 9:53, right? Yes, 9:53 in the morning. There will be a full moon. Well, you may not see it because the sun will be out in the morning. And this is brought to you by, well, sorry, I've been talking a lot. Um, we'll have the Jupiter Venus or Venus Jupiter conjunction. Venus is the faster planet, so you start with that. So Venus Jupiter conjunction. And then you have the full moon at 9:53 a.m. There'll be a compromise, or they will see each other from across the way, which is a good thing, I think. Sun and moon are opposing each other. And the sun is making a trine to Pluto. Yeah, it'll be intense. It's set, Pluto is sextile the moon, or the moon is sextile Pluto. The sun is trine to Pluto. And the IC is opposed to Mars. For Leo rising. We'll have a Leo rising at this full moon. So, yes. Well, actually, this full moon is going to be very philosophical and a lot of talking, a lot of communication, a lot of action. From Mars. And yeah, now that that Chiron is moving away from Mars, things will be better soon. On the Mars was conjunct the North Node on, I believe, May 16th. No, Mars was conjunct this North Node on the 18th of May, yes. Where we had Venus conjunct Uranus. So a lot of unusual things. Yeah, so May 16, 19, no, May 16th. No, no. May 18th, the 18th of May was a very unusual day. That was a Saturday. Mars conjunct was conjunct the the north node in Aries here on the 18th. I will show you the 18th. Or the night, well, the 19th. What about, no, the 18th. Let's move this hours. Yes, so Mars is coming closer to the north node here in Aries. Um, the late 18th, well, 19th, 18th or 19th, yeah. So May 19th on the East Coast. Because Mars is at 14 degrees 20 minutes, and the north node is 14 degrees 56 minutes. And if we keep going in hours, Mars will get closer to the north node on the 19th. So it was conjunct. Then on Sunday, May 19th. And Mars crossed over. Yeah, so if we go back an hour, Mars is, yeah, 11:53 p.m. on May 19th. Or today, May 20th. In on May or no. So if we do the so May 19th, yes. That was yesterday. May 19th. We had Mars conjunct the north node. Lots of action here. Destiny, action for destined towards a destiny, destined thing or create so Mars cuts, separates, is the planet of anger. Could also be the planet of action, and Venus is the planet of desire. But Mars is the planet of action and taking initiative. Well, actually, it's in Aries. Aries likes to take initiative, loves to start things, but has a hard time finishing them. And then he, like all cardinal signs, like Aries is a cardinal sign, Capricorn, Cancer is a cardinal sign, Libra is a cardinal sign, and Capricorn are all cardinal signs. They start things, they initiate, but they rarely finish. Well, rarely. Some of them do. Capricorns have the staying power, and Libra have the staying power to stay with it, and Cancer, and to some extent, unless it gets too emotional for them, they'll just let it go. Aries, well, if they get bored, they start something, they get bored with it, and then they're like, okay, on to the next thing. So, yes. But actually, I have a feeling with Mercury, Venus, Jupiter here in Taurus, it'll be more methodical, measured, and you'll take your time doing it. Using like luxurious fabrics, silks, or like all kinds of textile things, like or fabrics and tangible items. Um, or having something to do with food, growing food, overeating possibly too, and so there you have it. All right. I This week will be, so let's do. So I did the 20th, the 21st, the 22nd, the 23rd. What about the 24th is when Venus moves into Gemini, right? Yes, early in the morning on May 24th. Early in the morning on the east coast. The 23rd. Okay. So yeah, the 24th on the west coast. Okay, so let's go another day. The 25th. Jupiter moves into Gemini. At 8:15, I believe, right? Yes. Let's check. Let's see. 7, no. Minutes. Jupiter enters Gemini. Oop. 7:15 p.m. May 25th. Okay. May 26th, 27th, 8th, 29, May 30th. May 31st. June 1st. All right, well, hey, not much has changed except the degrees of planets. And then on June the 4th, Mercury, whoops, June the 3rd. June 3rd, Mercury moves into Gemini. So you have a Gemini parade here. Mercury, the sign that Gemini in the sign of Gemini, that Gemini rule Mercury rules in Gemini, and it's going to be making a conjunction very soon to Jupiter. In a day or two. Oops. Going backwards. Okay. So yeah, actually on June 4th, Mercury will conjunct Jupiter. Which may be an interesting day for communicating hopes, with and dreams, and communicating and being able to be understood well, because Mercury is the storyteller, Jupiter is the content of that story. And even though Jupiter in Gemini is in its exile here, not a bad thing. When Mercury conjuncts Mercury, the trickster, in Gemini, there'll be a lot of talking on this day, on June 4th. A whole lot of talking going on with the Sun and Venus here too. So yeah, I would say there'll be a lot of talking about superficial things that we'll never like small. It'll be like a small talk type of conversations and stuff like that. Not very deep conversations. Just it'll be a very social day. Yeah. Social day. How's the weather? Who's doing, what are you doing? And all this small talk-ish type of things. As for me personally, I do not like small talk. I need conversations. Oh, this is me personally, but I just can't. And I show you. I need really, really intense conversation, because Mercury is in Aquarius. I have Mercury in Aquarius. Here's my chart. Mercury and Pallas Athena are conjunct in my 3rd house. I need to have deep connection and conversations with the collective, and deep understanding for the collective in the sign of Aquarius. And I have Uranus in the 11th house. Um, and I actually just noticed Chiron is opposed my Uranus to Uranus. Chiron in the 5th house at 4 degrees, 51 minutes. And I have Mars at 26 degrees, Saturn at 4 degrees, opposed to Jupiter at 5 degrees. So this is my chart. And yes, I love to share my chart with you. And I've been looking at it a lot for a long time. And I still I'm amazed at how things played out in my life. And even when I didn't know my chart, and I look back and I was like, oh, okay. So I was in tune with my chart ever since I could remember. So that's the month of June, the rest of May into June. I'm going to stop my share for you. So yeah. So my name is Stephen, and I do astrology, tarot, and other things that will come up as like or some numerology to tarot, astrology, and I also share some of my artwork, which I'm I've been working hard on this past year. Jupiter going through my 6th house was work on something fulfilling to myself and something that I never expected with Uranus and moving through my 6th house too. Just found something during 2020 to pass the time, and it apparently became a thing for me. And I will show you will see that video on June 1st when it airs. I will be sharing more of my artwork. Actually, I can show you some right now. Hold on, I got something to show you that I've done already. And I've worked on 2 dolls already within these past few years. And this is the very first one that I've made. She's supposed to be the Wicked Witch of the East, my interpretation of her anyway. So she has this feathered witch's hat, very long hair. I made this dress for her, and did the face for her too, gave her lashes. And yeah, so that is one that I worked on. The other one is a hybrid type of thing. She's a little creepy, but was fun to make also. And here she is. I used yarn for her hair. This is a dress from another doll that I used. And she has interesting leggings on her from another doll that I stole. And her hands are a hybrid of another doll. But I did the face. This is my another face that I made. She has rooted, well, her right, they are false eyelashes that I glued onto her. So yeah, these are two of my creations. And you will see a third one in June, on June 1st. So with that, I hope this I really hope to see a lot of you commenting, and I know I've come a long way, because actually since and when you will see this next one in June, you'll see a big difference in my technique of doing a face up for on a doll. So I'm very excited to when you see the transformation that's been going on in my life and my evolution of art, and yeah, actually I've was like a performing artist for a while, just in community theaters, and now since Taurus, yeah, as I was saying, Taurus got me doing more things with my hands and text and like textures. Actually, this is I rerouted this one's hair, and yeah, made the hat and everything. So yeah, with that, I thank you for watching and have a great day, rest of the month of May, and I will see you soon. Oh, hit that notification bell when to be notified when another video of mine comes out. And thanks for watching. Thanks, everybody. Bye.